If I've said it once, I've said it countless times. How is Casualty still on prime time Saturday night TV? Not even a sniff of coronavirus on the wards of Holby. Coming up later is everyone's favourite match of the day, although given current circumstances, it could be a short show. But first, back for the third week running, it's everyone's favourite live and virtual quiz, and this week the usually vivacious Stefan Fielding is taking a week off to spend some time with the lovely Hannah, Bella, and of course, Rusty. Now to answer the question that's been on everyone's lips, who will be Stefan's more able and more handsome replacement? Let's find out as we settle in and get ready to play the Mottram CC live and virtual quiz. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. It's, of course, me, Michael Scott. Hello and welcome to the third Mottram CC live and virtual quiz. Of course, it's me, sat on the sidelines no more. Into the limelight he comes. Now, speaking of lights, I'm sat directly underneath the big light, so please, I'm conscious of the glare coming off my bald bonds. Please bear with me. It's a problem we've had for weeks now. Can't do much about it. For anyone who doesn't know who I am, I'm Mike Scott, 3 times award-winning opening bowler for Mottram CC first team, and hopefully, possibly, hopefully mainly, Stefan's number 11 in his ultimate Mottram CC team. I am a bit sceptical, thinking that maybe Andrew Burke, my old pal, will pick me for the post. Despite leaving the club a number of years, he's still everyone's favourite opening bowler, including my favourite opening bowler too, because I've been less than good since. Alas, for the people who aren't regular members of the club, let's answer the question on everyone's lips. I am a different person to Stefan. I am not the same person as Stefan, who's hosted the quiz for the last couple of weeks. Make that very clear. Stefan has not done an intensive gym or diet regime in the last week to rapidly transform himself into this athletic, fine-looking figure you see here tonight. So I'm a different person, just look broadly the same, just a couple of stone lighter. Okay, so speaking of the quiz, it's great to see everyone here tonight. Great to see everyone registered with their teams. Some familiar names already, which is great to see. So thank you for re-registering again. We've got 8,000 people watching us. We've gone viral. We've gone viral. That must be a joke. On behalf of the BSF Productions and, of course, Mottram CC, it's a privilege to keep bringing these quizzes to you during these most uncertain times. On to BSF Productions and Mottram, we need to recognise the engine room here. Not me, not Stefan. It's our kid, Stephen Scott, who brings you all the visual and audio, whilst Michael Beach is the master of Google Docs and, of course, the website. So two key functions there we need for this. So a big round of applause to Michael Beach and Stephen Scott once again. It's a silent clap there. And of course, a thank you to everyone who's playing along as well. A thank you to everyone who's also donated kindly to the club over the last 2 weeks. And a special thank you to everyone who has already paid their club membership earlier than normal. We all know that these funds will greatly help the club through this period, and of course will be vital to make sure we've got a club to come back to, which I for one am missing it massively. Because let's face it, this doesn't quite compare, does it? I believe it's this time we usually have a toast. So of course, everyone get your drinks ready. Let's have a quick toast to our health, our NHS, our key workers, and a new and improved quiz host. Cheers, everyone. Okay, well that's over and done with. That's a script done anyway. Of course, we are live on Facebook and on YouTube. So if you want to communicate with me, appreciate you might not want to. People have spent the last years kind of people have spent the last couple of years not doing that. But we are on Facebook Live. If you want to comment with any funny things, anything you might want to know, maybe drop them on there. Sam Bennett says that there's 17 people watching, not 8,000, but he's not counted YouTube, has he? So there we go. So registration, onto registration. Tonight follows the same well-trodden path. Registration on the Mottram CC website. I believe my hostess with the most. Oh, that's me, isn't it? My able assistant, Stephen Scott, is taking his time googling Mottram CC. Click on the homepage. Click there in the massive click here to register. Fill in the details with your team name, and then remember your team name as well. When it comes to the actual quiz, Michael Beach is pivoting away in the back end to bring the answer sheets to you. These will go live, in the words of Martin Taylor, on the website prior to the start of each round. Put your team name at the top, and you'll start to answer away. So, without further ado, shall we start the quiz? Less of me and more of the quiz. So we'll start off with round one, which is of course the picture round. It's I do believe I've forgotten to mention something actually. Let me just try and find it. I'll just go back to Stefan there. We must thank Stefan for all the work he continues to do on these quizzes. You'll be pleased to know that Stefan wrote this evening's quiz rather than me, which means sadly there is not a Mike Scott's round, which is normal for me and my quizzes, and of course normal for my games, and which is obviously more well known for. But turn the hand to the quizzes instead. So no Mike Scott questions, which is a real shame to a lot of people, no doubt. So on to round one, the picture round. It's a classic. It's a classic to start. The prawn cocktail are all starters in terms of the quizzes. If you go on the website now, your answer sheet should be live, in the words of Martin Taylor. So Martin Tyler or Taylor? Martin Taylor it is. Tonight he is Martin Taylor. So if you all go on the website and download your answer sheets, they are live, and we should be able to make a start. So this week, we've got a good question there from Mark Hannon from the junior coaching group that didn't know that Jesus H. Christ was crucified with in the bottom shirt, but he was for this weekend only. So just likes to support each club every year. So this week's theme of the picture round is characters. We've got a broad mix here. We'll start with 6 famous Coronation Street characters. Then we'll move on to Mr. Men. Then we'll move on to Mr. Men characters, sporting characters, and finish ourselves off with some comedians. So let's make a start. Steve in the back end. Let's bring up the first 2. Okay, and we like that. So just to lay down the law here, and I'm going to lay it down pretty harsh. We need the characters' names, not the actors or not the actresses. As the famous phrase goes, there's nothing in this game for an actor's name. Everyone knows that well-known phrase. So we need the characters' names. Don't be fooled to think that might be Phil Mellor there judging the first team, second team, third team, well, all the teams, if any judges, all the teams he judges. And but yeah, 2 absolute legends of Weatherfield there. I recognise the first one, don't recognise the second one because I'm younger than I look. Let's just see if what Facebook Live's saying. So Matt Nixon, as a bowler, why do you own more than one bat? Or any bat at all? Good question, Matt. Thank you. This one. This, of course, is my bat, Puma, of course, and that's my brother's bat, which is less used than mine. I hope that answered the question for you, Matt. Good to have you in. One of our sponsors, Molzana. Question number 3 and 4. Let's bring them round, Stephen. Being hurried along. It's a set of jam jar glasses there for question number 3. And question number 4 looks like a hybrid of John Davis and maybe a future Stephen Fielding. So And if he does continue, he won't be far off. That's what Stefan looks like when he goes to work. Without the beard, obviously, without the beard. Kind of outside of COVID time. Two fairly easy ones there. I think we should probably move on to the next ones. Stephen, number 5 and number 6. I believe one of these is the bad boy, but I won't give away which one it is because I don't know. One thing I have realised doing this quiz is I'm over the moon that I'm hosting it, not doing the quiz. Great question here on the Facebook Live from James Dadge. Scotty, which is your favourite, the tawny or the barn owl? James, I've got no preference. I like all owls. Thanks for your question. Yeah, so number 6, he's got a pretty difficult second name, so we will accept his first name slash nickname only if that's better. If you get both names, then you don't get anything more for that. No more for that at all. And just to reiterate, we do need full names for these characters as well, please, guys. So let's move on now, Stephen. That's enough for the soaps. Now, something for the kids or for those who can still remember their childhood. The classic Mr. Men books. So we got questions 7 and 8. And before anyone says it or thinks it, that isn't me on the right. That's not me on the number 8, but it could be Stefan, because he is heading that way, isn't he, in this COVID time. And if you do merge kind of the physique on the right to the beard on the left, and a hot summer's day, you've got Stefan in 2 weeks' time. So there you go. Didn't hear you there, Stephen. Didn't hear you there. Sorry, didn't hear you. Keep the questions coming if you want, guys. I will bring the questions coming. Next question, Stephen, on to questions 9 and 10. Mike Scott, sponsored by Heineken. I'm not sponsored by Heineken. I'm sponsored by Love Mumbai in Denton. Great curry house. First of their 3 mentions tonight. Question 9 and 10. The one on number 9. This could easily be Mr. Andy Metcalf with all the injuries he always has. Sniffles here and there, always injured. Number 10 could be Mr. Shep, couldn't it? He could do some serious shepherding with those arms. Could get him around there. Shepherd. Stephen, I can't repeat what you just said there, Stephen. I can't repeat that. It's before the watershed. We're a family club, guys. We're a family club. We'll move on to 11 and 12. We're not moving on yet because Stephen is incapable of listening to orders. We're ready. Question 11 and 12. Oh, mix it up a little bit. Now, on to real-life sporting characters being depicted in films. We want you to name the sporting character and not the actor, and not the film either. We just need the sporting character, not the actor, not the film. Remember, there's nothing in this game for an actor's name. Everyone knows that. James, thanks for the question. Can I confirm if Mrs. Scott is keeping an eye on the Google Cheats? Not sure which Google Cheats you're referring to, Daddy. If it's the ones in... No, I won't say that because we're too early on for that. No, she's doing a quiz on her own upstairs in our kid's bedroom. So there you go. Yeah, that sounds a bit weird, but Stephen's not there. Just want to clarify that. Number 11, of course, one of my favourite films, Michael Sheen. Absolutely fantastic actor. Dan Martin, why do you have a child's shirt on the wall? That's not a child's shirt, that's Stephen's. And going at it, it won't fit him. It won't fit him by the start of the season. Let me tell you that. Next question, Stephen. Number 13 and 14. Another great film there, number 14, with a great quote. I think he wanted to win the World Cup. What did you want? I think he wanted to win the World Cup. That's for you, Jordan Irons. He's not Chinese. No, he's not Chinese. He's South African. Oh, have you given it away there? Might have given it away. Oh dear. Although maybe Nelson Mandela probably given it away a bit more. Yeah. Next one up. Now we're on to the final six in this round. And we're on to comedians. So characters in a different sense of the word. So that's not me on 15, just to reiterate, and that's not Stefan Fielding on 16. Just to clear that one up for everyone there. Who's submitted, Michael? Double Dutch, double Dutch, and Who Farted have submitted already. So it could be a long. Who Hearted? Who's that? Alison Hinchcliffe. Oh, are they previous winners? Who? Next question. Yep. Crack on next question, Steve. You're in control, not me. Who could that be? Who could that be a lookout for? Down now. So 17 and 18. We need the comedians' names, please. First and second name, please. First and second name. Not any show that they are part of. And then I reckon, Steve, we can roll on to the next ones. And the final two questions for this round, we've got, of course, a classic hat there and a classic pose for number 20. So that finishes off the picture round so far. Let's make sure we go through, listened. Let's make sure we remember the rules of there's nothing in this game for an actor's name. Remember that when you're submitting the name sheets. Once you're happy with all the answers, let's start submitting those quiz sheets, please, if you don't mind. Let's submit. Yeah, let's go through them again, Steve. Yeah, let's run through it. Good idea. One down. One. I've had three already, so. But next one ready. Here we go. I've got 10 of them. Okay, so question number 1 and 2. Let's really rattle through these. Really rattle through them. 3, 4. In at 5 and 6. 7 and 8. The hybrid of Stefan Fielding. 9 and 10. Andy Metcalf. Stephen Scott. Stephen is 11 and 12 there. 13 and 14. And then on to the comedians, 15, 16. 17, 18. And then the final two. Final two there. And there, and I'm back. So thank you. The bottle changes will be a main part of the night. So is everyone submitted? How are we getting on with the submits? We're half submitted, 20 to go. Let's get your submits in, please. Let's get this show on the road. Remember, make sure you've got your team name on there. And let's make sure we're submitted, please. What did I do today? Great question, Stephen. I've had a bit of a lie-in. I went for a 4-mile walk around the River Mersey, as is my one state allowed walk for the day. Came back, did some yoga and stretching because I'm a millennial man. Then I had a barbecue. Had a barbecue. Then I prepping for this, getting nervous. Had a couple of nervous wheeze. Then we started. So yeah, so I had a good day really. Managed to not burn my forehead too much, but it's definitely it's on the verge. A cap saved me today. Another question there from James Dadge. Scotty, can you name your favourite Teletubby? It's easy. It's Tinky Winky. Tinky Winky all day long. Is he the purple one? 8 more to go. 7. We got a 6. Let's see 5. We're into single figures, guys. And for those who have finished round 1, round 2 is live, in the words of Martin Tyler. Or Taylor. All question sheets are on, of course, the Mottram CC website on the homepage. So click on your link. Click on your link with your mouse. Okay, we're all in. We're all in. Round two. Let's download your question sheets, please. Pop your name at the top, and we'll starter for one. What is the capital city of Zimbabwe? That's what is the capital city of Zimbabwe? Of course, my favourite Zimbabwean cricket player is Heath Streak. Not, yep, Zimbabwe is formerly known as Rhodesia. Good. Just fun facts, just knocking out the fun fact. I hope that's not the question further down the quiz. It isn't. Knackered, aren't we? James Dodger, who's your favourite Fazakali brother? Neither of them is Debbie. Debbie's my favourite Fazakali brother. Matt Nixon. Oh, no, question number two. We'll come back to you, Matt. Sorry, Matt. Question number two. From which country does Malbec wine originate? From which country does Malbec wine originate? Can you tell that Stefan wrote this quiz after 4 bottles of this and submitted the answers to us at 4:30 this morning? Rocky, long night there. A long night for Stefan. Question number 3. Who wrote the lyrics to Elton John's Rocket Man? Who wrote the lyrics to Elton John's Rocket Man? Matt Nixon, who's my favourite Dadge? It's got to be the effervescent James Dadge. Because because if I did say the kids, that wouldn't be allowed. Wouldn't be allowed. Although I do have a DBS, I've passed that with flying colours. So that's good news. Again, passed it again. Actually. Question number 4: who plays Michael Corleone? Corleone sounds like a pasta, doesn't it? Who plays Michael Corleone in the Godfather series of films? Who plays Michael Corleone in the Godfather series of films? Which does sound like it's a pasta. It sounds delicious, actually, doesn't it? We've just got 20. We've got 20 live watchers now on Facebook. Unbelievable scenes. 50 on YouTube. Crikey, we're going viral. Question number 5, Stephen. Who succeeded Paddy Ashdown as leader of the Liberal Democrats in 1999? Great year, 1999. Of course, the Manchester United treble, the Cricket World Cup where England performed poorly, and I probably performed poorly as well for Denton CC when I was 9. But yeah. 6. What are you saying there? Question number 6. Which Saints' Day is normally celebrated on the 23rd of April? So coming up, we'll all be able to celebrate that in our homes, socially distant apart. Great. On to question number 7, I think, State. Which sea does the River Thames empty into? Which sea does the River Thames empty into? I've got a geography degree, just to clarify that. I've got a feeling that my ex-team, my former team, the winners last week, will do pretty well on this one. This question, not the quiz. I'm not feeding the answers. I was in the team last week, and I was a very active member, and I was very good. Question number 8, and I think this is another question for them as well, actually. Question number 8: Lukle Airport in Nepal is named after 2 famous climbers, Tenzing Norgay and who? As someone who's climbed Mount Everest, you should be able to know 2 of the most famous climbers in the world. Lukle Airport in Nepal is named after 2 famous climbers, Tenzing Norgay and who? Question there from Dan Martin. Where, Stefan? No idea. Although, do you have some news on that in a minute? I've got some news on Stefan in a moment. Question number 9. Mervyn King served as governor of which organisation between 2003 and July 2013? Now, on Stefan's wife has submitted a team here tonight called the Musketeers. Stefan wrote this quiz, and Hannah's got a team in it. So let's watch out for the Musketeers coming somewhere in the top three. Um, Question number 9 is Mervyn King served as governor of which organisation between July 2003 and July 2013? On to number 10. Which Scottish-born scientist invented the telephone? Which Scottish-born scientist invented the telephone? My Auntie Stella's just come live watching it. Don't. Hello. Yeah, my Auntie Stella's watching this. I don't. Hello, Auntie Stella. Shout out to my friends there, some former work colleagues there tuning in. We're up to 23. Lovely. Number 11. On the London Underground, what colour is the Northern Line? Question number 11. On the London Underground, what colour is the Northern Line? It's all the different colours of the rainbow used in that map. Dad, you sent another question to us. What's my favourite pasta shape? It's got to be fusilli. Every day of the week, it's got to be fusilli. Love it. Question number 12. Which 40-year-old fashion designer committed suicide in 2010? Very, very morbid question, Stefan. At that point, I think you had maybe 4 bottles of wine at the time, so I'll let you off. Question number 12. Which 40-year-old fashion designer committed suicide in 2010? Question that I'll deal with that question in a moment, James. Question number 13, State. In the original Pac-Man game, there were 4 ghosts. They were red, orange, turquoise, and what other colour? In the original game of Pac-Man, there were 4 ghosts. They were red, orange, turquoise, and what other colour? Ghosts. No goats. Were the goats in there? James Dines with the question, who's the longest in the first team shower? It's certainly not me. Question number 14. Which C is the name of an object used to measure the thickness of things? Which C is the name of an object used to measure the thickness of things? Yeah, I can't say either of those. What I've learned is that it's extremely irritating to have 2 baffling idiots just chortling along in your ears, talking nonsense. Yeah, I'm laughing at my jokes. So that's 2 laughs. Question number 15. Which country was known as Ceylon? Ceylon? Ceylon. God, it's not. Which country was known as Ceylon until 1972? Just a reminder, I do have a geography degree, but I can't read. I remember the fallout. I did. This question has come up beforehand, actually. Well, this question, similar question on the flags question. It was the Ceylon flag. Never mind. I'll explain at the end. Question 16. Oh, Stefan, you're having a nightmare here. I can't read these out. Oh, you can all read this one yourself. Manchester University's Andre Gem and Konstantin Nivolusov won the 2010 Nobel Prize in Physics for work on what material? Again, Manchester University's Andre Gem and Konstantin Novolusov won the 2010 Nobel Prize in Physics for work on what material? And have a move. What was the SOS? That's for you, Jill. Matt Nixon, you're right. I can't pronounce anything, so there you go. Question number 17. Lions are the second largest of the big cats behind which species? Lions are the second largest of the big cats behind which species? Species. Yeah, all the errors in my pronunciation are Stefan's fault. Question number 18. Which retailer founded in 1813, that's old, isn't it? Went into administration this week. Which retailer founded in 1813 went into administration this week? I don't shop there now. Well, I don't anymore anyway. You can't shop there anymore. Got into administration, hasn't it? So no one, technically, no one's. It sounded like no one was shopping there anyway. So, uh, now no one is shopping there because they've closed the doors. Well, all the doors were closed. Yeah, never mind. Question 19. Which which 16-year-old was named Times Magazine's Person of the Year for 2019? It's not me. It's not me because I'm not 16 years old. Which 16-year-old was named the Times Magazine Person of the Year for 2019? She does divide opinion, I do believe. Some people like her, some people absolutely detest her. Number 20. Number 20. Yeah. Which actress said, "If you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best"? Yeah, certainly. Which actress said, "If you can't handle me at my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me at my best"? Little, little clue there on where she might be from. It's not South Africa. James Dadge, can you say sanitize in your camp voice? Sanitize. Yeah, let's rip through them. Yeah, let's rip through them again. Does anyone need their questions read out again? Oh, yeah. Question number one. What is the capital city of Zimbabwe? Two. From which country does Malbec wine originate? In three. Who wrote the lyrics to Elton John's Rocket Man? Played in four. Who plays Michael Corleone's in the Godfather series of films? Corleone. Five. Who succeeded Paddy Ashdown as leader of the Liberal Democrats in 1999? In six. Which Saints' Day is normally celebrated on the 23rd of April? In seven. Which sea does the River Thames empty into? In seven. Luke Lay Airport in Nepal is named after two famous climbers. That's number eight. Tenzing Norgay and who? Number nine. Mervyn King served as governor of which organisation between July 2003 and 2013? Number 10. Which Scottish-born scientist invented the telephone? On the London Underground, which colour is the Northern Line? That's 11. Number 12. Which 40-year-old fashion designer committed suicide in 2010? 13. In the original game of Pac-Man, there were four ghosts, not goats. They were red, orange, turquoise, and what other colour? 14. Which C is the name of an object used to measure the thickness of things? In 5, which country was in 15 rather? Which country was known as Ceylon until 1972? 16. Manchester University's Andre Gehrman Constantine, whatever his second name is, won the 2010 Nobel Prize in Physics for what work of material? Lions are the second largest of the big cats, behind which species? In 18, which retailer founded in 1813 went into administration this week? 19, which 16-year-old was named the Time Magazine Person of the Year in 2019? And 20, to round things off, which actress said, "If you can't handle me my worst, then you sure as hell don't deserve me my best"? And that concludes round two, which is, of course, general knowledge. So we need to start submitting our answers, please, if you don't mind, guys. Start submitting the answers. Yeah. Some more questions there from Sam Bennett. I prefer it when Stephanie is host. He doesn't give the answers away to the questions. That's a fair comment. Scotty, this is from James Dadge. Scotty, do you wax your eyebrows or have them threaded? No, but I do have great eyebrows. Look at those. No hair on my head, but I do have great eyebrows and a great beard. Everyone's got question number 15 right. What was that then? Oh, yeah. Everyone's got it right. Oh, what, Sri Lanka? 9 more to submit, please. 9 more to submit. Let's, and we will. So we're going to a little break now, a little comfort break, and we're going to have a bit of fun with this. A bit of fun, guys. Keep it light, keep it fun, keep it humorous. During the lockdown, it's okay to what? Let's complete your sentence with your things you've been doing in a couple of weeks. We've been in lockdown. So during lockdown, it's okay to what? So mine would be that I've been eating chocolate every single night. My friend Kelvin would be that he's not showered for 3 weeks, which is disgusting. So let's keep them creative, keep them funny, and yep, you can send them in either on the Facebook Live comments or hashtag it MCC Quiz on Twitter. If we're lucky, we could go viral with this. We could go viral. Dan Martin says I'm amateurish. Couldn't agree more. James Dadge, not doing that. That's not allowed. Right. So 10 minute 10 minute break. 10 minute break. We're back at 8:45, and we'll resume the rest of the quiz. We're going to do some answers as well. I think we're going to do some answers, and we're going to resume the rest of the quiz. So see you in 10 minutes. Okay. See you. Bye. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Is it a show? Is it a show? It's a show. I'm doing it. It's a show now. I'm doing it. So we've had some cracking answers in. Thank you to everyone that's submitted their some answers. So during the lockdown, it's okay to drink heavily. That's from Ayrton Fielding. Do that anyway, don't you? Dan Martin, not wear any pants. Again, don't do that normally. James Dadge, during the lockdown, it's okay to eat 6 meals a day. Submitting on behalf of Jay Riley. It's okay. It's okay not to score any runs. Finally, that's from Matt Nixon. During the lockdown, from John Davis, it's okay for him not to buy a round. Very good. It's okay not to deep clean my cricket kit. That's from Stephen Fielding. We've got from Phil Meller. Good to see you, Phil. I didn't know you could use Facebook Live, but there you go. It's creosote, everything in sight, including my dog and my wife, Carol, which is an interesting one. So, the inner workings of some people's brains. Anyone's have missed their chaps? Anyone's have missed anything on Twitter? Got anything on Twitter? Probably not. During lockdown, it's okay to verbally abuse Mike Scott for his shoddy excuse of a quiz. That's fair enough. It's too wordy, Steve. Sorry. Something about racing. From Martha, cover John Davis in sardine oil. Imagine how slippery his head would be. Very, very slippery. Very slippy, bald head. Okay, we're going to crack on with some answers if that's okay with you. So we're going to go right to the top, like Mottram CC will do when we're out of this blooming lockdown. And we've got some technical problems because our kid is incompetent. I can't repeat that, Stephen. Not for another 11 minutes anyway. Okay. Answers from round one, question one. It's Mike Baldwin and Elise Tanner in 1 and 2. In 3 and 4, we've got Betty Williams and Fred Elliott. I say. Was that Fred Elliott? It was, wasn't it? I think it was, yeah. Ashley. That's what I used to say. Question number 5 is Richard Hillman. And number 6 is Spider Nugent. Again, if you get the surname, you get absolutely no more marks. On to the Mr. Men. And the hybrid of Stephen Fielding is Mr. Messy and Mr. Greedy. And then into 9 and 10, we've got Mr. Bump and Mr. Tickle, which is still Stephen Scott. Into 11 and 12, we've got, who do you think you are? Brian Clough. Brian Clough from the Damn United. And then we've got Jake LaMotta from Raging Bull, I think. Then in 13 and 14, 34, we've got Muhammad Ali in Ali, portrayed by Will Smith. And then Francois Pinard from the film Invictus. I think he wants us to win the World Cup. Okay, then on to the comedians. In 15 and 16, we've got Andy Parsons and Bernard Manning. Classic. So Blue It Hurts. In 17, 18, we've got Marcus Brigstock and Richard Pryor. And then finish off with 19 and 20, we've got Tommy Cooper and Vicky Corrin Mitchell. We will accept Vicky Corrin, her maiden name. We will accept that if you have put that. Yep, Betty Termin's fine, whatever that means. Yep, fine, no problems. Thanks, John. Round 2, it's general knowledge. What is the capital city of Zimbabwe? It's Harare. Harare. From which country does Melba wine originate? It's en français, France. Who wrote the lyrics to Elton John's Rocket Man? It's Bernie Taupin. Bernie Taupin. Does it matter? No. Right, number 4. How am I saying this, Michael? Who plays Michael Corleone in the Godfather series of films? It's Al Pacino. Al Pacino. In 5, who succeeded Paddy Ashdown? Is the leader of the Liberal Democrats? It was Charles Kennedy. In 6, it's St George, our own. In 7, it's the North Sea, empties into the River Thames, or Thames. In 8, it's Edmund Hillary, of course, who summited Everest with Tenzing Norgay. In 9, it's the Bank of England. Number 10, it's Alexander Graham Bell. Obvious jokes there, won't include them. In 11, the Underground, the Northern Line is the Black Line, the Northern Line. Welcome to Northern Line. Number 12, which fashion designer committed suicide is Alexander McQueen. And then 13, the missing colour is pink. Pink goats. Question 14, which C is the name of an object used to measure the thickness of things? It's a caliper. There's a joke there for the first team members of playing stuff, but I won't mention it because we're live on Facebook. 15, which country was known as Ceylon? It's Sri Lanka, which I don't think many people would have got, actually. Quite a niche question. Didn't give the answer away, so thank goodness for that. I can't bother saying these names again. It's 16. It was, give us a help, Beachy. Am I saying this? It's graphene. Yeah, graphene. Great. They did a lot of great work on graphene, so that's good for them. Good news. 17. Lions are the second largest of the big cats behind the tiger, not the whole tigers. 18. Which retailer went to administration this week? It's Debenhams. It's Debenhams. In 19, it's Greta Thunberg. And number 20, who said, if you can't handle me at my best, then you sure as hell don't me at my best? That one. It's Marilyn Monroe. And that completes the answers. So that's good, isn't it? We're making swift progress. Yep. Question from James Dadge. Do you apply talc after a shower and moisturize? So I use a shower gel full body, and then I use a beard shampoo rather. I use a beard shampoo for the beard and for the eyebrows, and then I'll get off towel down. Then I'll use a hairdryer on the beard and finish myself off with some beard oil, and that's near enough the full beauty regime. So there you go. Dan Martin, what have you got to say for yourself, Dan? It's just being fed to me now. 1 minute. Dan Martin thinks that Debenhams hasn't gone into administration, so I'm only running this thing. I didn't write it. I'm not too bothered either, to be honest with you, if they did or didn't. So if you got it right, great. If you didn't, never mind. Fascinating. I'm not reading. I'm not saying that. It's too wordy. Okay, so we move on to round number 3, because we will be. Get your sheet. Get your sheet from the blooming website. It's you need round 3. Get your sheet live from the website. Pop your name on the top, and let's get ready to answer some questions, shall we? So round 3 is your pick and mixes. 30 marks available here. Some math, some music, some biology, some sport, and a section called "Which is Bigger," which I do hope isn't based on the first team showers, because that is not something we need to put on the Facebook. Not at all. Stefan's got something to say for himself, apparently. Okay, right. So we'll start this pick and mix round with some mathematic questions. So the first 5 questions are mathematic questions. It's advisable to get a pen and paper for this to maybe write down and work out your calculations. So shall we make a start? Yeah. Daddy's having to go on me on Facebook Live again. I can't bother reading it. So, right, let's start off, shall we? Round 3, it's pick and mix. Question number 1. What is the lowest common multiple of 6, 12, and 16? What is the lowest common multiple of 6, 12, and 16? And let's hope these questions get a bit more exciting than that, because that could be a dry couple of minutes. Yeah, let's give a shout out to the Gregory family. What's your team name? What's your team name there for the Gregory, Stephen? Uh, this is ridiculous. We we thought karaoke. I will do some karaoke if you want me to. I'm very good at a number of the classics. On to question number 2. Eric is twice as old as Dan. Phil is 3 years younger than Dan. Their combined age is 37. How old is Dan? That's not Dan from the Alan Partridge scheme. Shout out some of the quizzes. We've got the old age fazzers. Great to see you here, the old age fazzers. Eric Fazakli there, great supporter of the club. So good to have you with us, Eric. And I'm really impressed that you've managed to work out this technology. So fair play. It might be ageist, Stephen, but it's also credit where it's due. Number 3. Question number 3. For every £2 Dave makes, Jason makes 5. Yesterday, Jason made £45 more than Dave. How much did Dave and Jason make together? Yeah, we'll give you a while for that one. Just write it all down, because that's. Oh, actually, you VAT taxes might do pretty well on that one, because it's maths in it. Maths, and they sound like working in VAT maybe. Shout out to my team, my old team. Why does the quizmaster look like Mike Scott? Well, because this week he is Mike Scott. There we go. Do we need any more? Yeah, I'll talk through them in a moment, Stu. Yeah, I'll talk through them in a moment. Happy with number 3. Let's move on to question number 4. I think we've had enough time on that one. A dress has a 30% discount applied and is on sale for £63. What was the original price of the dress? So a dress has a 30% discount applied and is on sale for £63. What was the original price of the dress? Dan Martin, if you don't get this right with your sales and retail background, then there's no justice at all. Who else have we got here? We've got playing time. We've got Jim Will Fix It, which is doesn't quite feel too right, but that's Jordan Irons. We've already mentioned the Musketeers. Hannah Fielding was Burnell. We've got Harry Moore, who's playing as Steph was miles better than this Joker, which feels a little harsh, but there you go. It's team name all the same. Shall we move on to question number 5? Yes, number 5. This sounds like I'm a magician. I'm thinking of a number and I add 4. Then I square it and then multiply it by 2 to get 98. I could be thinking of 2 numbers. What are they? Now, presume here we're going to give a point. We're going to give a point for either either answer or both answers, or what do you think? Well, we'll make a decision. James Dadge, who struggles with reading, is saying we're going too fast. So I propose we go through those questions again, if you don't mind, Stephen. Correct. Another one done. Okay, this is for you, James. You ready? Mr. Dad, you ready? What is the lowest common multiple of 6, 12, and 16? Sam Bennett there with can you shut up while we're trying to do the maths? Yep, no worries. That's fine. Just working the problem that dead air is dead air. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Here's a good one from Matt Nixon. Can we have a shout out to Mitch Wood, who is stuck in isolation, or as he calls it, a crazy Saturday night? Mitch, of course, has been Mitch has been living in isolation for the last 16 years. But I do love you, Mitch. I do love you. You're a bloody valuable member of the cricket club, and your dog is blind and deaf. Question number two. To recap, question number two, Stephen. Eric is twice as old as Dan. Phil is 3 years younger than Dan. Their combined age is 37. How old is Dan? Yeah. Is it the James Dad show? Of course, it's the James Dad show because he's the only one sending questions through. If you send your questions through, I will read them. It's very much the James Dad and Matt Nixon show here. Matt Nixon, your comment there with the Mitch Wood isolation is one of my favourites. So, question number three, please, Stephen. Number three, followers are dropping off as we speak. For every £2 Dave makes, Jason makes 5. Yesterday, Jason made £45 more than Dave. How much did Dave and Jason make yesterday? It's all very kind of Middle England British names, isn't it? I mean, not much in there. Not much in there for the for other names. John Davis, can I give a shout out to Tubbs from Hadfield? Sure. Question number 4, Steve. The Dan Martin question. A dress has 30% discount applied and is on sale for £63. What was the original price of the dress? And finally, question number 5. I'm thinking. Yeah, do you reckon, Michael? Cool, great. Question number 5. I'm thinking of a number and I add 4, then square it, then multiply it by 2 to get 98. I could be thinking of 2 numbers. Now, there are 2 answers available and we will give a point per answer. So there's 2 points available here for your answers. I think that's enough time on that, I would have thought. If everyone's happy, we'll move on to the next pick and mix, if you don't mind, Stephen. Itchy. Hay fever. It's hay fever season started, guys, and my eyes are getting itchy. Oh, I hate these ones. I absolutely hate them. Yeah. So when Stefan does his old blank thing, it's really irritating, but we have to do it, aren't we? So these are number 1 hit singles for UK boy bands Westlife, Take That, and Boyzone. Which alternate letters are missing? So here we go. Blank W blank A blank space. I blank space A blank N. Number 7, blank O space blank A blank T blank R space blank H blank T. In 8, blank U blank E. 9, blank V blank R blank T blank I blank G space blank H blank I blank N blank E blank again. This is very difficult. Ignore the I there. And number 10, blank O blank L blank space O blank space O blank R space blank W blank. Oh, they are. I'm not doing it again because I'll tell you why we won't do them again, because having done the quiz last week, there's nothing more frustrating than listening to a balding man shouting blank every other word while you're trying to work out what the song is. So we'll maybe go to some of the clues. So what the first clue was award-winning artist, was it? So of course I famously made an album for my girlfriend's birthday. 4 songs, which had 5 Get On Down, Something by James Blunt, Father and Son, and What a Shame by Rob Williams and Gary Barlow. So in the absence of anything decent to buy her, I made her an album instead, which is awful. And then the second clue, of course, which was I'm cricketer first, friend second, entertainer third. That is, of course, a David Brent quote. So I'm hoping you're cracking on with the answers there without me going through them again. I would have thought. Yeah, we will come back to me if you need them. So we'll move forward now. We'll move forward to the what are Stephen, do you want to get the up? Oh. Is that Sinead O'Connor? It's been 7 hours and 16 years. We'll have that in a minute, yeah. Answers 11 to 15. Name the 5 longest bones in the human body. Steady, steady, steady on now. Steady on because it's a family club and it's a family club. But please name the 5 longest bones in the human body. Sam Bennett says, "What the f are you talking about?" I am filling, Sam. Just filling time. Filling. Yeah, so a bit of, should have a bit of music. Bit of music. Ooh. Yeah, royalty free, so it's free. Let's all listen to it. That's your option, Sam. You either that music or you have me speaking. Have that if you want. Yeah, move on to the next question, shall we? Next question. Oh, again. Yeah, off the music. Turn the music off. Oh, I like these ones. These questions are good. Some good questions coming up. Well done, Stefan. Well done, Stefan. Right, next couple of questions. What's missing from these sporting lists? So we need the missing answer. Number 16, it's Rio, London, Beijing, Sydney. Yeah, so it's Rio, London, Beijing, Sydney, blank. What is the missing answer? So, which team names haven't we mentioned so far? We've got the Dobcross Dynamos. We've got Team Gout. I like that. Plenty of red wine and chicken legs consumed, no doubt, to cause the gout. On to number 17. What's missing from this sporting list? It's Manchester United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Celtic, and blank. So what's missing from that sporting list? Manchester United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Chelsea, Celtic, and blank. Just for reference, the people in my ear in the back end burping whilst I'm reading questions is not ideal. I didn't name a name. Now, if it was a good time to mention my sponsor for the second time tonight. My sponsors for the second time tonight. My sponsors are, of course, Love Mumbai in Denton. They are currently closed due to the coronavirus crisis, but I've got to say, when they reopen, they will go from strength to strength with my sponsorship at their. Well, they will reopen. They will reopen. Not a matter of if, but when they are. They will be open. I spoke to them. They'll be opening. Question number 18. What's missing from this list? Oh, nice one. Fred Daly, Darren Clark, Pod Reid Harrington, Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry, and blank. So that's Fred Daly, Darren Clark, Pod Reid Harrington, Rory McIlroy, and Shane Lowry. Who is the missing person? Like that. Very good. Back to the team names. We've got Tess Tickles. Apparently she does. Thank you for that, John. Sam Bennett with 2 yards, Gary, which I presume is in relation to the Ashes. Nice, Gary. We've not mentioned yet so far. Are my Australian brothers watching and playing? They're not. Oh, my favourite Australian, Zach Guilfoyle, told me he's gonna come and play with me, so to speak. Zach Gilfoyle, my favourite Australian. Never met the bloke, but I bloody love him. I absolutely love the guy. Never met him. Right, should we move on to question number 19? Question number 19. The 1,000 guineas, the 2,000 guineas, the Derby, the Oaks, and the what? The 1,000 guineas, the 2,000 guineas, the Derby, the Oaks, and blank. What is missing? Just going back to Zach Gilfoyle, he seems like a standout bloke. So Zach is the captain of the Wangaratta Magpies, Morning Magpies, which of course our colleague Oliver Andrews playing there at the moment. In safe travels to Ollie's, he treks back from Australia at the end of the week, with or without his golf clubs. That is the big question. Hopefully, with his golf clubs, he'll have time to use them next summer. Should we go to the next question, Steve? Question number 20. Cricket one for you. Cricket one. Or is that giving too much away? Roy, Bairstow, Root, Morgan, Butler, Wokes, Plunkett, Archer, Rashid, Wood. Who's missing? It's Roy, Bairstow, Root, Morgan, Butler, Wokes, Plunkett, Archer, Rashid, and Wood. Who's the missing character? If you don't get that one, then there's no hope. You got two hopes, Bob and no. Just to repeat a bit of banter there from last week. Steve, are we going to go through this again, or do we go through this? Should we go through this now, and then we'll go through these questions again before we, shall we? So number 16. Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't need to do that. Yeah. Just going to repeat some of the ones there from we missed, gone through. Name the 5 longest bones in human body. That's the questions 11 to 15. Roll forward to the next one, Steve. Which is missing from these sporting lists. It's Rio, London, Beijing, and Sydney. Next one. Which is missing? Manchester United, Liverpool, Notts Forest, Chelsea, and Celtic. Next. What's missing? Fred Daly, Darren Clark, Padraig Harrington, Rory McIlroy, Shane Lowry. In 19, the 1,000 guineas, the 2,000 guineas, the Derby, the Oaks, and the what? And number 20, Roy, Bairstow, Root, Morgan, Butler, Wokes, Plunkett, Archer, Rashid, Wood. Who's missing? I presume, Michael, we're not even attempting to mark the questions tonight. No, no idea who's winning. So, who's winning? I'd imagine looking at the team lists that maybe Hoof Hearted will be up there with the best of them. Yeah, they'll be up there. As will, no doubt. Why does the Quizmaster look like? Why does the Quizmaster look like Mike Scott? They'll be up there. Cell Block, Hale. They normally go pretty well. And Hugh Janus normally do pretty well as well. So there we go. Number 21. Which is bigger? Which is bigger? Which is bigger? It's Wembley Stadium or Twickenham Stadium. Which is bigger, Wembley Stadium or Twickenham Stadium, which I believe is in London. So, which is bigger? I'm dreading the next question. I'm dreading all the questions in fairness, because if there's anything about the showers and that sort of stuff. Dotmore, Jane is upstairs in Stephen's bedroom. You know, we'll roll with the punches. Number 22. Back to it. Back to number 22. Right, pause right there. We've got some technical difficulties. Stephen Scott is down, man overboard. We've got tech problems. We don't know what we're doing now. Something's flashing orange. It could be anything, couldn't it? I suppose. What else could I mention? Weather's been nice, hasn't it? Weather's been lovely. Yeah, we've mentioned. Have we done that already? Yeah, I think we've done that. I think. Yeah, I've run out of things to talk about, Steve. So you quicker the better. I've mentioned my barbecue. Done that. Mentioned the weather. Mentioned my friend's team. Done that as well. Uh, we're back. We're back. We're back. Sorry, just to confirm that we had a slight technical problem there. We're now back. So back to question number 22, please, Steve. There we go. We're back. We're back live. Well done. We're back. Which is taller, the kitchen itcher, the Chichen Itza, or the Pyramid of Khufu, Egypt's tallest pyramid? Which is taller, the Chichen Itza or the Pyramid of Khufu? Thanks, daughter. Well, I can't shout up, but there you go. Yeah. Next question, number 23. Which grossed more at the box office, The Lion King or Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2? So, which grossed more at the box office, The Lion King or grossed. If this is going to be critique on the way I speak, then I'm not doing this again. Simple as that. Will I be asked back again? Probably not. But hey, you take some, you win some, you lose some. Next question, I reckon. Oh, geography question. Geography question. In square miles, which is bigger, France or Germany? This is post Alan Swan and his merry-go-round of men. This is post Alan Swan doing his business in 1945. In square miles, which is bigger, France and Germany? That's present day borders. Nothing during the war. It's all post war. Yep. Question number 25. According to Forbes 2020, whose net worth is bigger, Warren Buffett or Mark Zuckerberg? According to Forbes 2020, whose net worth is bigger? It's Warren Buffett or Buffet or Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah. James, it's post 1945, so the Sudetenland, I believe, has now been reclaimed by either of the countries, but I don't want to give it away, so I'm going to keep it fairly open-handed there for you. So there you go. Do we need to run through those again, do you reckon? We'll come back to those. Moving on to the final 5 questions. The final 5 questions, which is the connections round. So we've got the connections round. So just one moment. Which Coldplay singer-songwriter married Gwyneth Paltrow in 2003? Which Coldplay singer-songwriter married Gwyneth Paltrow in 2003? His namesake was clean bowled for New Zealand numerous times for many a duck. What is wrong with that? Yeah, number 27. Number 27. Who is the first Disney princess and the first fictional female character with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? It's a nice one, isn't it? Who is the first Disney princess and the first fictional female character with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? Did not know that, but there you go. Well, we'll find out the answer soon, won't we? That's part of the game, isn't it, really? Should we move on to question number 28? Yes. In which American city would you find Little Italy? In which American city would you find Little Italy? Little Italy. Little Italy. Accent there, not giving you any clues on where that might be. Either, either. Um, on the Lion King, on the Lion on the Lion King question, it's either, either. Yeah, is it? They're both pretty big, aren't they? I suppose. Yeah, but there was the in the Lion King film there was the original, and then there was the like a live version, didn't they, which was also very good. Question number 29. Which economist was the first Scotsman to feature on the UK banknote? Which economist was the first Scotsman to feature on a UK banknote? Can't be many, can there? Just to confirm the Lion King question, it's the original 1997 version, the animated version, rather than the recently one that came out. Uh, and question number 30 to finish ourselves off, live on Facebook and YouTube. What is the connection between all of the previous four questions? What is the connection between the previous four questions? Oh, so I'm hearing on the WhatsApps the maths is still causing some troubles. So should we go back down to the maths? Shall we start from the maths and we'll go back and work our way through? So mathematics, there's a question for you. What is the lowest common multiple of 6, 12, and 16? Bit of hiccups there, bit of wind. What is the lowest common multiple of 6, 12, and 16? Do you reckon how long is it before ITV come calling for this? 2 hours, 3 hours? Two, three? Just go on to WhatsApp. Uh, go on to WhatsApp now. Oh my, it's right. So Stefan thinks. There we go. Yeah, always getting here and here. He wants a bit more time for the maths problems. I think we're a bit of thought. Yeah. Is that it? Yeah, I've been to that. Haven't I? Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's not. Is it? Oh god, this is out. Oh, it's all gone to pot. Yeah. Question number 2. Let's go. Eric is twice as old as Dan. Phil is 3 years younger than Dan. Their combined age is 37. How old is Dan? Quite difficult these in fairness, aren't they? Take a bit of working out. Question number 3. We run through that. For every £2 Dave makes, Jason makes 5. Yesterday, Jason made £45 more than Dave. How much did Dave and Jason make together? Question number 4. Hay fever, really setting in now, my eyes. A dress has a 30% discount applied and is on sale for £63. What was the original price of the dress? And then show number 5 again. I'm thinking of a number and I add 4, then square it and then multiply it by 2 to get 98. I could be thinking of 2 numbers. What are they? And of course, there's 2 answers to go to. So tonight's quiz will be out of 71 rather than the customary 70, which is just clarify that. Yeah. Anyone need anything more clarifying? You can Yeah, should we go through the music stuff? I'm not going to read these out because I know how difficult they are to listen to. So I'll just leave them on screen. If you want to soak them all in, just soak them in, and rather than me shouting blank every other word to you. So remember, these are number one hit singles for UK boy bands: Westlife, Take That, and Boyzone. Which letters are missing to get the songs? Some classics in there, some absolute blooming belters. Who have we not mentioned on the team names now? So all we've got missing now is I believe is the Danahas, which is we've been forced to do this by my mum. And that's from Liam and Callum Danaher, I believe. So happy birthday, Callum. Happy 30th. If you're listening, all the best. Go well. Cheers. What do we need to read through now? Is everyone happy? Is everyone happy with what they've got? Should we just yeah, so we've had 7 submissions so far. So if you're ready to yeah, if you're ready to submit, let's start submitting if you don't mind. We'll just run through the rest of the questions for you. So next up, we've got name the 5 longest bones in the human body. Let's keep it clean. Remember to keep it clean. We're not referring to anything. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. We're not referring to that because it's not as long as some of the bones in the body. We'll go through the next one, Stephen. Lost my pen. Number 16. What's missing from the list? Rio, London, Beijing, Sydney. Manchester United, Liverpool, Notts Forest, Chelsea, and Celtic. Fred Daly, Darren Clark, Podrick Harrington, Rory McIlroy, and Shane Lowry. The 1,000 guineas, 2,000 guineas, the Derby, and the Oaks. What's missing? And then Roy, Bairstow, Root, Morgan, Butler, Wokes, Plunkett, Archer, Rashid, Wood. Who is missing? A bit more gas. Bit more gas there. Number 21. What's bigger, Wembley Stadium or Twickenham Stadium? Yeah, what's the biggest capacity? What's the biggest capacity? 22. What's taller, the Chichen Itza or the Pyramid of Khufu? 23. What grossed more at the box office? The Lion King, one of them. Don't know which one. I've had mixed messages now. The non-animated version in 1997. Which one's that one? Harry Potter, there's definitely Hallows 24. In square miles, which is bigger currently, France or Germany? Gone to Forbes 2020. Whose net worth is bigger, Warren Buffett or Mark Zuckerberg? 26 is which Coldplay songwriter married Gwyneth Paltrow? This is the connections round. Who is the first Disney princess and the first fictional female character with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? 28. In which American city would you find Little Italy? 29. Which economist was the first Scotsman to feature on the UK banknote? There can't be many of them, can there? Oh. And the last question, what connects the previous 4 questions in the connection round? I think we've done it. We've done it. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. It's been a hard night. It's been more difficult than I thought it would be. Fair play to Stefan for doing this normally. I would hope to see it's been a bit more entertaining, but that's a bit wishful thinking. So let's start clicking submit. Let's start clicking submit, please. 16 more to go. Let's start submitting them all, please. So, as ever, I think I'll mention that later. So, just while we're all submitting there, a thank you to all of our members who have taken the time to pay our memberships earlier than maybe previously we've done in previous years. The membership money that we receive will massively help us get through this current period of uncertainty. So I thank you to all of our members who have paid already. It is much appreciated and by everyone in the club and the treasury and everything like that. So please, as well as paying, can make sure that there is a form to fill in with your name, email address, that sort of stuff. That is so we can then start peppering you with emails, e-shots with updates of the clubs. We're going to try and do a monthly update, and then like an annual update as well. So it's all great content. So please do that. Obviously, we completely understand that some of our members might be having some financial issues at the moment, maybe taking pay cuts, may not be getting paid at all. So for those members, completely understood. It's not a problem, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of arrangement if you let us know. We can defer payments and all that sort of stuff. All we're trying to do is trying to make sure we've got enough cash in the bank to make sure that when this is all done and over with, that this cricket club, our great cricket club, our great cricket club, will be there for us when this is all finished. And that's what we're looking for. We're all wanting to maybe in July, June, May, not May, at some point to have a cold beer whilst watching some cricket, our great ground. That is the aim of the game, isn't it? So that's what we want. How are we doing on the submits? Any more submits? Any more submits are going? 6 more submits, if you don't mind, please. Should we call them out? Oh, and remember, 2 more needed. Thank you once again for everyone who's played. It's been an absolute privilege to host it tonight. So thank you everyone that's played and submitted so quickly. We will do the answers, yeah. We'll go through the answers now. Just say some thank yous, that's all. Just filling the time. One more to submit if you can be quick as you can. Quick as you can and submits. Ryan Welsh is watching. Good to see you, Ryan. You'll be glad to know I can't bull you out from here. That's good news, isn't it? Oh, I won't be able to bull you out next year either because we won't be playing in the same league. Dom Perrin, you're watching as well, so good to see Dom. Again, won't be able to bull you out either, so there we go. Have we submitted, Michael? Everyone submitted? Right, we've got 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Which team is it? I'm happy to call it a day there. Message for Andrea Dadge, not a real name. Happy birthday for Tuesday. Yeah, there we go. Right, Steve, let's go through the answers for round 3, and then we are out of here. So, answers for round 3, pick and mix. What is the lowest common multiple of 6, 12, and 16? The answer is 48. 48, the answer. Number 2, Eric is twice as old as Dan. Phil is 3 years younger than Dan. Their combined age is 37. How old is Dan? Dan is 10. Dan is 10. Number 3, for every £2 Dave makes, Jason makes 5. Yesterday, Jason made £45 more than Dave. How much did they earn together? It's £105. £105. Address has a 30% discount applied and is on sale for £63. The original price is £90. £90. And question number 5, and what is arguably one of the more tough rounds we've had so far, I would say. I'm thinking of a number, and I add 4, then square it, then multiply it by 2 to get 98. I can be thinking of 2 numbers. They are 3 and minus 11. So you get 2 points if you got both answers correct. Tough round, that one, actually. So well done for anyone that got 5 out of there. And surely quite difficult to Google as well. So that should hopefully end some of the haters. Right, so number 1 hit singles for UK boy bands, Westlife, Take That and Boyzone. It's Swear It Again by Westlife in 6. It's No Matter What by Boyzone in 7. It's Sure by Take That in 8. And then it's Everything Changes But You in 9. Take that. And it's World of Our Own, and we'll all stand up for the key change. It's World of Our Own for Westlife. And that concludes that round of 10. Right, BG, need your help here, mate. If you know that. Just the pronunciations. That'd be a nice one too. Okay, the 5 longest bonus we the 5 longest bones in the human body. Steady on, steady. Is the femur, then the tibia, the fibula, the humerus, and the ulna. To go through them again. It's the femur, the tibia, the fibula, the humerus, and the ulna. Not the 6th one that some people may be thinking of. Okay. That's what's missing on these sporting lists. These are the cities to host the Olympic Games since the turn of the millennium, and the missing city is, of course, Athens. Athens, the great Olympic hosts. Athens, all their current Olympic stadiums in ruin. In 17, what's missing from this list? It's the UK clubs to win the European Cup. So the missing club is Aston Villa. Aston Villa there. In 18, state. These are the Irish golfers to win a major championship, and the missing answer is Graham McDowell. Graham McDowell. Which I believe he did win the Open, I think. Or did he won something? He definitely won. He must have won something. 19. These are the 5 classic horse races, and it's the St. Leger. We are missing the St. Leger. And in 20, this, of course, is the England 11 in the World Cup final, and you are missing the main man, Benjamin Stokes. Benjamin Stokes is the missing man. So there you go. 21, Steve. What's bigger, Wembley Stadium or Twickenham? It's, of course, Wembley by about 3,000, I think. 3,000 the capacity, I think, is bigger. What's taller, the Kitchen Itchen, or the Pyramid of Khufu? It's the Pyramid of Khufu is 481 feet. The Kitchen Itcher is 98 feet. Wherever they are. Egypt, probably. 23. What grossed more? It's The Lion King. The Lion King grossed more than the Harry Potter film. And 24. Since her swan has his merry way in square miles, which is bigger? It's France. France is bigger than Germany in square miles. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. Just beat you there. Just saying, is it? Yes, it is. Yes, France is bigger than Germany. 25. According to Forbes 2020, the person with the net worth is Warren Buffett. He's the 4th on the list. Zuckerberg is 7th on the list. On the list of people who are most wealthy. On the list. Okay, 26. Which Coldplay singer-songwriter married Gwyneth Paltrow in 2003? It's Chris Martin. Chris Martin, of course, also most ducks in test. No, he's not, but he's just got bowled out a lot for a lot of dogs. 27. Who is the first Disney princess and the first fictional female character to star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame? It's Snow White. Snow White. In which American city would you find Little Italy? It's New York. And then question number 29. Which economist was the first Scotsman to feature on the UK banknote? It's Adam Smith. Adam Smith. So the connection for question number 30 is apples. Chris Martin named his daughter Apple. Snow White 8 apples. New York is the Big Apple, and Adam Smith is Adam's apple or Granny Smith. And that concludes tonight's quiz. So as we've mentioned already, the membership link is live on the website. Make sure you click on there, fill in your details for us. That does conclude tonight's quiz. I hope you've all enjoyed it, and hope you've enjoyed me being your guest host for this evening. If you don't like it, then Stefan will be back next week. If you do like it, then I'll be back next week. Either way, Stefan might be back next week. As we've said in previous weeks, if you've enjoyed tonight's entertainment, and I think it is entertainment for us all, and if you are in a position and able to make a donation to the club, that would, of course, be massively appreciated. As we've mentioned a couple of times, the club relies on donations, and we'll rely on donations during this time where we can't take money over the bar. We can't take match fees, tea fees, that sort of stuff. So if you would like to make a donation to the club during this time, the way to do that is on the club website. So please do take a look, and if you are able, then please do so. Massive thanks to everyone who donated in the last couple of weeks. We've received a really humbling amount of money so far, and that is great to see, and we are all really much appreciated. So thank you to everyone who's played the quiz, and we'll hopefully play our quiz next week. So that just leaves me to say my final piece to camera, I suppose, isn't it? So thank you all for watching. Hope you've all enjoyed it, and hope you'll all be able to join us next week. And of course, hopefully at some point in the summer at the MCG. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? I've been your host for this evening. You've been great. So have I. Thank you, and good night.